One problem I had with the airplane seat is trying to find a true travel essential in a completely dark airplane. So I have solutions and packing tweaks that I made to my underseat tote bag. As a pilot's wife for packing and carry-on bags for over 23 years, I've learned some surprisingly simple ways to turn a cramped underseat bag into an orderly, usable bag. Copy at least one of my methods to let your packing work for you. Just try these packing tweaks. Thank you to Nomad Lane for sponsoring this video. This is their new tote bag, but you choose your bag that will fit under your airplane seat and decide whether you're going to need a pouch or if you can use your pockets that give you organization. The number one method is the sandwich pack and stack system. With this method, you're going to use pouches stacked in layers like a sandwich or like packing bricks. They should be arranged in your bag by in-flight timing or when you will need that one item. Pack snacks on top, tech in the middle, backup meds and chargers at the bottom. Here's what I do in regular airport security, not pre-check, okay? I will have my prescription shampoo or my prescription medicine that is in liquid form at the top of my bag in case airport security officers need to see it. You may have a bag of your prescription pills. Then after the TSA line, I will order my pouches in the timing that I will need them during the flight. So I can put my prescription shampoo, maybe my cholesterol medicine at the bottom of my bag because I do not need that until I get to my destination. And now back to the stack. So when I unzip my bag, you will see my snacks at the top, or as I take off the bread, you will see my snacks at the top, like a bag of Cheez-Its or Goldfish. In the very top, though, I have my in-flight pouch, and that's everything I'm going to need during the flight. Eye drops for the dry air on a long flight per se, my AirPod cord that does not tangle in case I fall asleep on a long flight, a pen, maybe a journal, my phone prop. One travel tip is during one flight, I use my toiletry kit that is the shape of a pouch hung on the back of the airplane seat. And I had like this pocket or this pocket, I think, had my in-flight pouch travel essentials. In the middle of this sandwich is going to be my journal if I get bored, or a tablet or an iPad in a side pocket. And do not miss this part. In the bottom of my backpack or my tote bag is the very strategic items that I'm going to place there. Here's what goes there that will serve you. My backup items like my compression cube with an extra outfit in case my carry-on suitcase had to get checked last minute. I've got undies, like 2 pairs of socks and a shirt. Maybe a pouch of my medicine is also going to be at the bottom of that tote bag. The benefit for you as a passenger, if you use this pack and stack method, is that you only unzip the bag during flight maybe once, keeping everything else zipped and organized. The top of your sandwich is your fun, cute stuff you'll use in your seat. The middle is that protein stuff in case you start to drag or bored. Your journal, your Kindle type things. And then the bottom is your backup, like all of your tech gear, your medicine in case your bag got stolen, and that extra outfit. The second packing tweak or method is the flat essentials in the flap method. One tip to consider as you're listening to me through this video is this. Do you need a pouch, or does your underseat bag provide a slim pocket? Like this Nomad Lane tote bag, you cannot even tell there is a pocket for your laptop right there. On the inside, there is a slim pocket. You can see, I'll zip it. There is a slim pocket that is right there for me. See how large it is? It pretty much covers the entire wall of this tote bag, but it also has 2 little pockets in front. You're going to pack slim, just in case items like a phone, Peeps for your eyeglass cleaner, chapstick, a fingernail file case, inside a flat pouch that's tucked inside your bag's inner pocket or flap. So you can see there's a pouch right here. There's a flat journal right here. There is my phone prop, and then slippers for your hotel room. They come in a roll-up case, and I'm going to use that later. What are you packing that is flat? A journal, liners, Kindle, and then look at my adorable flat new hand sanitizer. It's so cute. I would move it from my liquids bag to this little flat pocket if it helps me during that flight. And then your benefit is no digging. You access your lifelines with one zip and don't disturb the rest of your bag. The number 3 packing tweak is emergency exit method. I hesitate to mention this because I don't want to worry anyone, and it will probably never be needed, okay? But you're going to have an emergency evacuation packet just in case. And I don't mean take your tote bag, because so many people lately are taking their whole entire backpack, their CPAP machine, their tote bag, and that can slow you down or whatever. Anyway, I call it the 3-second emergency kit. It's going to be a brightly colored pouch that's inside your bag near the top. So here are some things that I would pack in there. My ID, my medicine, money, like a credit card, euros if I'm in another country, my phone charger, and my hearing aid charger. Your benefit is this: we can be less stressed because we stressed less by having that already packed before we even left our house. Packing tweak number 4 is the one side only rule. With this packing method, I want you to designate a half of your tote for anything you need in flight, like the snacks, the iPad that I mentioned, maybe a pair of socks just to keep your feet warm, not to walk through the airplane with. The other half of your bag is going to be untouched until you arrive. But I want you to think, will the half that you use for the flight be the left side or the right side or the top half or the bottom half? You've got to think of what helps you, and I'll show you more of this in a minute. My goal would be for this method to use a tote bag. So think of what side you will go into. I was on an A321 coming up here from Houston to Chicago. It was a United Airlines flight, and the underneath part of the seat had this big metal dip, almost like a triangle. I was so scared it was going to rip my bag. But when you are using a tote bag like this, you can see how the way I had it packed, it slopes down. So I'm going to put the narrow part underneath the airplane seat, and you can see, look, you love a bag. High quality means they have feet on the bottom of your bag. Okay. I can put it under there. It fits farther under the seat if I pack it under there like that. So the side that I'm going to use for this one side only rule would be right here. That's the side where I'm going to put my bulky item. And your benefit is that it prevents rifling through your entire bag during a really dark airplane ride. Our flight was at 9:30 at night. I've got to show you this picture. It'll pop up right here. They had condensation mixing with the air conditioning, and it looked like Snoop Dogg was on the exit row and back. It was filled with the most smoke. So creepy. But it just happens in extreme humidity like Houston had. You can see we're up here in Wisconsin. We have a new little place we've bought. We have 2 beds and 2 camping chairs. Nothing else. Okay, packing tweak number 5 is upright pouches. And I mentioned this before in some of my video, but you're going to pack all in pouches, and you're going to pack them upright. Okay, so everything is packed standing up inside your tote bag. For instance, you may pack your tote bag that you're taking, or your tote pouch that you're taking for this flight, standing it up like this inside your tote bag, not laying it flat like a sandwich. Or you could stand it up on its end vertically like that, or stand it up vertically like that. The good thing about these pouches is they have this wide thing at the bottom that they're still available, but you can basically stand while you're tossing things in them. You may want to find long, skinny pouches like my other technology case that I have, a long, skinny pencil pouch, let's say, or a long, skinny makeup case. One tip that I do like about both of my technology cases is that they both have a handle on the end if I want to store them vertically. All right, packing tweak number 6 is the dangle strategy. Dangle, not tangle. This method could help you get more past a really strict gate agent. Let's say, like, if you're trying to take a crossbody bag purse through, along with your personal item bag and your luggage. You're going to use a carabiner clip to have your medicine attached to your zipper or your little handle right here. If it's for medical reasons, they may allow you to add it. You could even just attach a carabiner hook of your AirPods case or your headphones, or maybe a neck pillow. I know some of the really small airlines or budget airlines are they're charging you for like a neck pillow that's attached. So just check their rules. But if it dangles, it doesn't tangle down in there. This 7th packing tweak, we are going to treat this as the basket method. Can you see how there are like pockets inside this tote bag? And we are going to picture in our heads of making a basket, and we are picking flowers and sticking them down in an organized way, with order that is going to help us in the way that we pack these. Okay, so for this one, you're going to pick like your bulkiest item. Let's say it's probably your 3rd bag. You're going to use that as your support system. See, it's hard to show you. See how I'm going to pack it like that, standing on its end in the bag. Okay, that's going to be my support. You could use your sandals that you're going to change into when you land in the Bahamas, or you can use a scarf rolled up like a blanket scarf. It acts as a divider between the left side and the right side of your tote bag. Now I'm going to just pack my pouches around those. And I want to use the pouches on one side that I would need to get to during the flight. That's my little mirror, my makeup case. I will sometimes use a makeup case at the end of a long flight if I've not worn makeup, let's say, for the long flight. But you see how I'm doing that. I'm organizing it as I'm packing, if that makes sense. And there's structure and there is a divider. Your benefit is a central item gives you more structure if the bag is standing up in your lap. So if I am needing to get something out, it is right there for me, like I'm picking a flower. It's just a different way of thinking. See if that packing tweak opens up space in your bag and you did not even have to remove anything. All right, we are bringing the creativity and stretching your brain activity just to see if it helps you figure out a better way to pack that causes you less stress. Packing tweak method number 8 is the layered wall strategy. This packing method is similar to the sandwich pack and stack system, but it's a little different. Just making little tweaks can help you. You're going to place items by thickness against that wall. And for me, in that airplane, I know I had to start down here. Did I show you? This is the case that my bedroom shoes are supposed to be rolled up inside, but I'm using it as my jewelry case. And it's a little pouch that can go in the very bottom of my tote bag. So I'm going to have my laptop in this really hidden, almost hidden pocket without a whole lot of padding because there already is felt down in there. Do not miss the secret little phone pouch that goes all the way down to here when you're in airport security and you need to stow your phone really quickly. So my laptop case goes in the bottom. The iPad, that bottom hidden pocket, the iPad is going to go next. And remember, this bag has that pocket right there. It's so slim, you hardly notice it's there. My journal could go in there. My phone prop, my little pouch right here could go in there. Everything that's flat is going to go right there next. Then my pouch of cords could go in there. I'm making everything be against this wall. And then softer things could go in there after that, like my extra outfit, because I'm not going to reach for it. I can reach for my snacks would go on top of that. So I'm reaching in from the top like that. Does that make sense? Not from the top over here, but from the top, because this is against the floor down here. This would be my top. I really think this packing method would work best with a tote bag. Now, the result of this method is that everything leans on each other, with the mushy small stuff being at the top wall in case the metal thing dips down under the seat. So I can mush it down. The packing method number 9 is called the lid tuck flip trick. And this 99.9% is only going to work with a backpack. You're going to unzip the top and then tuck the lid down inside the bag to prop the opening wide open during your flight. Now, it's like a wall boundary with your items right there, so nothing is loose and every travel essential is in a pouch. What you now have is an open top bin at your feet. So this could open you up to a passenger stealing something, but again, it's just a thought if it helps you during your flight. If you are worried about theft during your flight, remember that your fellow passenger does not know which pouch you have a valuable in, so they probably will not spend the time trying to find that pouch that has valuables. Okay, the 10th packing tweak or packing method that you may want to use for your tote bag is fill it so you will not spill it. And this is more for my overpacking passengers. You can pack anything you think just in case. My overpacking travelers will pack stuff just in case something happens or just in case they need this one little item. You're going to start at the bottom. And one thing I love about this bag, and I noticed, I think I took a video in the airplane of it, but you would see like this pouch down here, it sits in the middle and then it goes underneath these little corner bags, little pockets that are in this tote bag. Usually you can fit like my selfie stick or an umbrella in these little corner pockets. Your pouch on the very bottom will go all the way to those corners. So you take a pair of socks and make that stuff into the very bottom corner of your bag. Your bag has a rectangle, most likely, at the bottom, or a square at the bottom. You're going to fill all those corners, every part of that perimeter first, then just build up and fill it all the way, but fill it so that it does not spill out, okay? You want it to be solid. You do not have to pack it all the way to the top, okay? One little trick, if you do have a tote bag, to tuck in the two corners, if that gives you more space to fit it underneath the airplane seat in front of you. Does that make sense? You are going to use your tote bag now as an extension of your carry-on suitcase. So you're going to keep packing things you don't need for the flight, but things that you would need on vacation. Fill it all the way, as much as you need, so that you do not spill it. And your benefit is that you can pack those just in case items. All right, let me know if you try one of these methods, if you despise one of these methods, and I'll be sure to put this bag and any other things you saw in the ... more box or the first pinned comment. Thanks so much for your time, and thank you, Nomad Lane.